Ladies and gentlemen, once again it is the Mason and Friends Show, featuring the leader of the congregation, aka Trey X.
One time for your mind, two time for your soul.
As well as El Transporte, aka that dude called Mike.
Yeah.
Me, I'm Mason. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show.
What's happening, y'all? What's good out there today? Is this Predator?
Yeah, buddy.
Hot damn.
We'll see if YouTube strikes me for that. I bet they will.
Fuck them. Fuck them.
That's what I
We
say.
got it from YouTube.
I don't give a
fuck
fuck.
you.
Exactly. That's
You
the
know what I
thing,
mean?
YouTube. Take it down if you
Got
don't want me to
from
use
you
it.
motherfuckers. Don't make sense. How you gonna strike us for using your shit?
Well, because they want to monetize it and not pay us. As if we're not original.
Bitches.
Shit.
Fuck them.
Tell them something original, Mike.
You know, so let me break you down here what's going on with this Mystikal shit, as we mentioned on the last show.
Mystikal Part 2.
So here we go. We're gonna break it down here. Mystikal's real name is Michael Tyler, was arrested and booked into a Session Parish jail in Louisiana on several charges over the weekend. He's facing several charges, including first-degree rape, simple robbery, domestic abuse, battery, as well as strangulation, false imprisonment, and simple criminal damage to property. God damn! This motherfucker here done wild the fuck out.
In the words of one of his songs, that's definitely not the man right here.
So what the fuck is simple robbery though? Like I understand, I guess it's under a certain amount of money or a certain amount of
it's under
property,
a certain amount of money or property.
or value of property.
Whatever the
is
case
simple.
may be.
Simple robbery
Like,
is
probably
whatever the
took the
next
bitch's
step
phone.
is above whatever they don't arrest you for in San Francisco, that $900 in shoplifting.
Okay.
So simple robbery is probably above $900.
So maybe an Android phone. It wasn't
Something
an
like-
iPhone.
exactly.
It wasn't an Apple phone.
Exactly. No, they jacked some
Yeah.
bitch's iPad.
Yeah,
and it
some
was
shit
like an
like that.
iPad Air, and they're like, well, actually, that's $1,200, so that's simple robbery.
So he beat the bitch, strangled the bitch,
Stole her
falsely
shit.
imprisonment the bitch, fucking stole her shit,
Raped her.
damaged property, and fucking raped her. As of Monday morning, the 51-year-old entertainer was detained and bond.
The 51-year-old dirtbag, more like it. Jesus Christ.
Like I said on the
Damn.
last episode,
wrong with
didn't
this
you
guy?
not see what happened to R.
51
Kelly?
motherfucking years old doing dumb shit
You
like
should
this
know
guy.
better than
Damn.
this. You should know better. And worse than that, you're going to jail with the worst song to have on your fucking catalog. You're not trying to shake your ass in jail.
But see, it goes back to the fact that motherfuckers do dumbass shit. Like the cats, which I still think is an inside job on the Reverend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because this motherfucker was on Instagram. This is what I wanted to bring up to the joint. He was on Instagram showing off his closet of fucking gear. Gucci this, Louis Vuitton. Yeah, I got this over here. Got my shoes over here. My expensive suits over here. My expensive coats over here. Like, you want to be a target.
You want to get your ass
You want
fucked
somebody to run up on you. You know what I mean? Like, all they stole was your jewelry.
Exactly.
They coming for your Gucci. They're coming for your Louis Vuitton. They're
Don't
coming
want to
for
figure
your
out where you
Fendi.
live,
That's
dude.
what I'm saying. But he's getting paid the jewelry. I guarantee you, if he was smart, his jewelry was insured.
Absolutely. That's why it's an inside job. Shit was
so
insured.
okay, yeah, you can
So you
take my
can collect on
motherfucking.
that insurance money.
Right.
Because he's not paying taxes
And
on
he's going to
shit.
get part of the fence money. So he's going
Exactly.
to fence that shit.
You know what I mean? You
And then
break
he'll buy back less jewelry.
because you break those diamonds
I mean,
or
that's
whatever
what I
the
would
fuck he
do
had
if I
down.
was
You break
inside
down the
job on
diamonds.
that shit.
We've watched enough of these damn shows on TV that tell you how to do shit. You know, you break down the diamonds in that motherfucker, man. Because diamonds are also serial coded. You know what I mean? They're all on that motherfucker. So you got to go to certain places for this shit to happen. You can sell them on the street to a
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
You can gift them to a bitch. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
right.
There's so much
If you know
shit.
a jeweler, that you could just get him to make you some new shit.
Yeah, melt the shit down, keep the diamonds, and put
For
something
real.
else going on. You know,
Do something else with that.
But what got me was he's on fucking TikTok showing off his shit. Like, look, this is what I got. This is what I do, and I'm like,
You are
do
setting yourself
He's
up.
a damn fool.
Not only that, but the people that go to your church are the ones that you got the money to do this shit with. So if you're going to this church and you see this motherfucker shit, and you're like, this bitch's closet is the size of my fucking house.
Yeah, for real. Especially he's in the city. He's in New York
You're
City.
riding around in a Rolls Royce
his
and you on the
closet's
bus.
his closet's bigger than a lot of these people's apartments.
Yeah, the closet was probably it's bigger than this living room that we're in right now.
Yeah,
he's got different sections for shit.
Telling you, when I'm president, he's gonna be paying taxes on all that shit.
Yeah, your money is
But
going
if
to
y'all
go.
the same size, like you'll probably take his clothing too.
Nah, that dude's not near as fly enough for me to take his gear.
But he did have some old. He had some old fucking Gucci shit up in there. Cause man, there was one outfit that he had that I had way back in the day.
I mean, there's things like if I went in there and there was a Gucci watch and I liked it, even though I don't really wear watches, I would be like, you know what, I might have to cop that joint.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna go ahead and make that finder's fee.
It's kind of making me want to break in that dude's house. I'm like, whatever it is.
Bruh, I'm trying
How
to
do
tell
you not want to break into that
This
guy's
dude-
house?
Like you showing shit off.
He
Like you
was.
are setting yourself up.
Everybody wants to rob
As
that guy.
he's showing this shit off, right? He's showing these are my shoes, this is my gear, this is all this. I got the expensive suits.
The next thing you know,
I got
he's
the
gonna
expensive shirts.
give up his address.
This is what the motherfucker says. I'm not shooting this video to show off what I got. Bitch, that's exactly what the fuck
That's
you did.
exactly what you did.
As soon as you shot this video, that's the first thing you started talking about was all the shit you got. I'm not talking about no blessings, none of this. Oh, this is what I got. Oh, I'm thanking y'all for praying for me because I got robbed. You ain't give a shit. You ain't say nothing about that. You was talking about your
You're
motherfucking
only
gear.
out for the money.
Yeah.
So you're not even worried about what happened to you. You're not worried about the jewelry because you're getting paid.
Yeah, man, the guy's
That's
a real
just-
Think about this,
dirtbag.
That's
motherfuckers.
just
Think about
ignorance.
it.
It's some
Keep
real
an eye out.
dirtbaggery, man.
There's gonna be some
It's
more shit on this cat. I
pure
guarantee you, it's gonna be
ignorance.
some more shit on this dude.
Well, because this dude is flossing way too hard to not have anything else happen to him, and he's flossing way
Exactly.
too hard to not have anybody talk
It's
about
called.
it.
He's gonna get got.
Keep an eye on this.
Then I forgot to change my shirt. I'm gonna do it mid-show. Fuck it.
Go for it, man. Knock yourself out.
I like a little variety in the show.
I got something else for you, right? I just saw this shit. This shit got me because I'm trying to put it all together, see who has the most of whatever. According to the CDC, these states have the highest and lowest STD rates in 2022.
Uh-oh. Hey, now.
Yeah.
Thanks
All
to
right.
know.
Yeah, so here are the top 10 states right now. Alabama, Nevada, North Carolina, Florida, South Carolina, Maryland, New York, Georgia, Louisiana, and Mississippi.
So these are some raw dogging ass states.
Listen to this shit though. This is the shit that's crazy because they break it down. They got STD cases per 1,000 or 100,000. They got total STD cases, chlamydia cases, gonorrhea cases, syphilis, and HIV. So they break it down into all 6 of these, right? The highest ones for fucking HIV and chlamydia is Florida. Florida has.
That's no
Oh wait a minute,
surprise.
no, I'm wrong. Florida has the highest chlamydia. New York has the highest HIV. HIV cases
yeah.
in New York,
Yeah.
125,383.
That's because everybody's on top of everybody in New York, man.
In Florida, Florida comes in as number 2 with 114,541. But their chlamydia cases, 100,000.
That's no surprise. I mean, that is Florida.
But what is it per capita? So how many per 100,000 people have chlamydia?
Well, that's just it. It doesn't say per 100,000. It just says that it just says STD cases per 100,000. So STD cases per 100,000 in Florida is 259.
259 people per 100,000.
Yeah, have an STD case.
Right.
But then it says total STD cases right next to it, 1,355. You see what I'm saying? Like,
So they're only saying there's like 500,000 people in Florida?
I'm assuming.
That doesn't seem right.
Because then you go down to gonorrhea in Florida, it's 40,000 with gonorrhea.
40,000 cases of gonorrhea?
Yep, 3,600.
40,000. How many per 100,000?
It doesn't say per 100,000 on those. That's just
Yo,
it.
that's some wacky shit. Where'd you find this shit, Mike?
Spiritual world.
Nah, you can't be fucking with spiritual world, dog. They fucking with your brain, dog. They trying to steer you wrong.
Like Alabama, I think Alabama has the lowest case of syphilis. They only got
Way
5.
to go, Alabama. What are the states with the lowest STDs, Mike?
The lowest STDs. Let's see here. Lowest STDs. It looks. Oh shit! Wow. It looks like it's going to be Alabama.
I thought they were hitting the highest.
This says total STD cases in Alabama right now. They are
That's 'cause
1,200.
Ain't nobody fucking in Alabama.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
are,
they got low numbers all the way around on shit. Like air HIV cases is only 14,000. So they either wrapping it up or they ain't fucking.
It's probably a bit of both.
Yeah, though.
It's a little bit of both there.
Might be hot and sticky though in
As
Alabama.
for-
I mean, you got that swamp heat.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that
Yeah,
swamp.
man. Then you got swamp ass. You know,
Yeah.
bitches walking around with that greasy ass cheeks. You know,
As for Florida, I mean,
and
come
dripping
on
dicks. Like, you think about that. That is you got some funky fucking in Alabama when you think about that shit, man. You know,
That's where Forrest mama was fucking.
you got your balls dripping hot, nasty fucking nut sweat, dick cheese. You got fucking swamp puss, swamp ass.
Jesus,
you know what
Mike,
I mean?
you thinking they got dick cheese and ball sweat and the
Oh,
whole
it's all
deal?
that shit, man.
I mean, come on now.
I guarantee you, Forrest's principal didn't wash his dick before he went over there and fucked his mama.
You know what? That's probably true. At
Guaranteed.
best, he toweled it down.
He left
used
out
a
of
wet
the,
paper towel or
he
some
left out of
such.
school. She made him some fucking dinner. He said, "Excuse me, Miss Forrest, can I go use the restroom real quick, ma'am?" "Yes, sir, you can." "All right." He go in there, take the hot towel, hit the hot spot.
No way, man.
Bam.
I bet he was real direct with it. He was like, well, what is it exactly that you think you can do that's going to get your son into my school?
Oh no, he
And
no.
it cut
He
right
was
to
probably
that.
laying out. He was probably laying with his dick out after dinner. "So, Mrs. Gump, you know,
I don't know, man. I think he was very
what
vocal.
level of your should your child be?"
I don't
in?
know, dude. I don't think he's the break it out at the dick kind of guy. I think he's talk that shit, and then we'll get to it when we get upstairs kind of guy. Like he's gonna be like, yo, you know, you're gonna have to suck my dick when we get upstairs. And she's gonna be like, yeah, okay. And he's gonna be like, and then you're gonna have to let me fucking
why
come
did
in
he
your
do this?
pussy.
So he's having
And
a
she's
sip of
gonna be
sweet
like,
tea.
yeah,
All right, so,
okay.
all right, let me see. I'll put this in my head now.
Exactly.
So he's at the dinner table, takes a seat.
There's
So,
no
Miss-
crackle of the
Yeah,
plastic
but-
bottle, though, Michael.
So, Miss Gump,
Heathen.
you're gonna have to know on this thing when we get
Exactly.
upstairs. You do know this, ma'am, right? "Yes, okay."
Right. She's like, he goes, you know, I'm gonna come in your pussy, and she's like, okay.
Yeah, you're
and he's
gonna-
like,
I'm gonna
but you're
release
gonna have to
my
suck
load.
my dick till it gets real good and hard. And she's
Yeah.
like, oh.
I do have this
damn.
problem where that if you just suck it for a while, it'll work. But you're gonna have to. It's gonna take you
See,
some time.
these are the kind of porno movies that I want to make, man. I want to make what happened that led up to Forrest Mama, like doing what she did with the principal to get
But
Forrest
see,
into school.
We could do this to so many fucking different fucking movies and just fuck everybody up. Snow White and the Seven Doors
I don't
just
think
had
that
them
they're gonna sue you.
motherfuckers banging her the fuck out. Like,
No,
no,
man,
you know,
she was too young.
you
Remember
could-
we figured that out with the Chew that one time. You
Oh
looked it
yeah,
up.
that's right. She
She's
was
too young.
But as she got older, she probably got addicted to him. You know what I mean?
Well, it'd be funny if she
They
came
probably,
back.
they probably Bugaki'd her.
She comes
Bukaki'd her.
back
That's what
later,
they did with her.
dude. She comes back later.
Yeah, and they just blew sploosh all over
That
her
would
face.
be the thing. She would be like, I graduated college, and they'd be like, oh, great, we've been waiting for
Oh,
this.
you done grown up, Snow White. Look at you, girl.
It's gonna be like, guess what I learned? And
Yeah.
it's just gonna be like, bow chicka bow wow.
And just splattering all over her fucking face.
Yeah, dude, madness.
And this is why the Jew is missing this. And I'm quite sure. Who am I kidding? He's not listening.
Yeah, I know. That's the beauty of it.
Little Red Riding Hood, that was bestiality shit, because the wolf would have probably went up in her. He
I
ate the
don't think you
grandma.
can do bestiality.
That was about
nowadays.
some young man going down on the grandma when they came over.
Really? You think that's what that was?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why do you think he wanted to eat her up?
I haven't heard the
thought
story in a
I
long,
thought the
long
wolf
time.
ate the grandma.
Yeah, exactly. But the grandma was probably like hot grandma, like Goldie Hawn or something. And he came over and
word.
she was like, "You want to like eat some grandma?" And he was
Yeah,
like,
we're not-
"Hell
We're
yeah!"
not talking like Helen Mirren here.
I mean, Helen Mirren could have pulled it off.
Could have.
Yeah. Like all that shit. You could throw all kinds of twists in the fucking movies and cartoons.
Exactly.
The Smurfs going to town on Smurfette because she's the only female in the village, and then they ended up having kids.
You would just have Smurfette, like this worn out like hoe that just keeps getting
Yeah.
banged, and every time she thinks she's gonna get a nap in, somebody comes in and bangs
The
her.
only one that didn't fuck her was Bashful. Or no, Vanity Smurf. That's who it was.
Vanity Smurf was
he
too
was
in
gay.
love with himself.
Yeah, no,
Or was
Vanity
he
Smurf
gay?
was gay.
Okay.
Vanity Smurf was the gay Smurf.
Yeah.
But you
It was
didn't know that
obvious
when
in
you were
his
younger, but as you got older, you're like, shit.
It was obvious in the mannerisms.
Yeah, the mannerisms, the voice, all that shit. Like, he was the only one with like a
He
feminine
was the
kind
one
of
looking
voice.
in the mirror at himself
Yeah,
all the
oh,
time,
Oh my
right?
god, look at me.
I look so good. Oh my.
You
Wait a
can't
minute,
touch
Cave
this.
Smurf wouldn't have gone after Smurf either.
Who?
cave Smurf, the one that was always in the cave. All you saw was the eyes.
Well, see, he didn't know no better though. He didn't understand what was going on.
And getting back to Snow White, the only one that wouldn't hit it would be Bashful.
Nah, Bashful would have been the one that fucking she would have to warm him up. Like he's the one that's hung like a fucking gigantic fucking dick motherfucker.
I had a feeling this was gonna be
he's the
said.
dwarf that got his dick dragging on the ground. You know what I mean? That's why he's bashful, because he's ashamed of how big his dick is.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what, because he doesn't understand. Like, why am I different from you guys?
He's like, I don't like to go into the showers with you guys because y'all also
And Snow
stare.
White's like, oh my god. And he does a little, oh, I'm shy. No, come here, bashful. I know what to do with that.
That's terrible, Mike.
Motherfucker, yeah. You started this shit.
How did I start?
This is where it went.
You were the taker of things too far.
This is just where it went, man. This is where my head went to.
You really gotta put it into. You gotta really look at it through his lens.
Nah, that's touche. You have to give like credence to who it is saying what.
Yeah,
Like when the Jew unit says things, I don't get nearly as like shocked as I would as if someone
I would
else
need
said
like
that thing.
translator for him to some degree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't understand what the hell he's saying half the time.
It would be fun to have closed captions and have them run with him and
Holy
not correct
shit.
any of them.
How would you do that?
I don't know.
I don't know how you.
That would be. That
I'll see
person
if I
would have
can.
a
'Cause that's
difficult time
happened
doing
before.
that
I've seen
shit.
that on a couple of television shows.
What I mean is there's like an automatic version.
Oh, okay, that
And
guy.
like,
Okay.
if I could let the automatic version just type out what he's saying every time he talks, and
know
then just
what-
let it stand whatever it is that
You
it
know
thinks
what
that he
would be
said.
even harder is if you had the fucking sign language interpreter. That motherfucker would just
They would
say,
just
I'm
throw
done,
their
I'm
hands up
quitting.
and be
I
like,
fuck
I'm
this
outta here.
motherfucker, I'm out. Give me this joint, give me a cup of Catman rum, and I'm out this motherfucker. Or Catman Coke, and I'm gone.
Whatever the case is, I'm quite sure he'll.
They ain't sticking
I'm quite
around for
he'll
that shit.
No, I'm quite sure he's stocked up on alcohol at this point because school's back in session.
I bet you this place
it's
is empty. There
It's
ain't no
empty.
booze
There
on
ain't-
this
Nah,
show.
it's empty. I already checked.
You'd be drinking his liquor if it was, huh?
Yep.
Right on, Mike.
Oh, speaking of my man, the unit, I got some news for him, bro. Even though you ain't gonna hear it, you might see it. I'm actually gonna send it to you right now. Chick-fil-A is fitting to test wings. Wings are
He's
coming
suspect.
to Chick-fil-A.
He's
I ain't-
suspect.
Chick-fil-A does chicken. I'm not gonna suspect nothing with the wings.
Yeah, they do good
They
chicken.
do chicken. Like if they said they were gonna do like a fucking veggie burger, yeah, I'd be a
then
little
I'm
suspect.
suspect.
If they were gonna do like, a chicken.
An Impossible Chicken.
Yeah, if they were
We've
gonna do
got
something like
Impossible
that.
Chicken.
I don't know.
Then again,
Come on down to Chick-fil-A for some Impossible Chicken. Put this fake meat in your mouth.
I don't think they will say that. in
What
a
if they went like
Bible
really
thumping
like
place that.
subversive and almost like tongue-in-cheek gay, like
Oh, the conservatives will have a shit fit.
right? But what if they did that? Like if I bought Chick-fil-A, like if I won the lotto and I had that cajillion dollars or whatever, and I had enough to be able to buy Chick-fil-A, and then I made them change their advertising and nothing else. You do everything the same.
I'd buy Chick-fil-A and just shut them down completely. Like,
Yeah,
eat
but
shit, motherfuckers.
It's too big of an investment to just shut down.
You still eat
I would
shit,
just flip the
motherfuckers.
script. I'd be like, nah, y'all keep doing whatever you're doing, but we're going to have some really funny commercials. I'd be like, we've got real chicken.
Yeah,
I know
we
you
don't-
want to put this real chicken in your mouth.
We don't need the cow on here anymore. Take this cock in your mouth. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Now you're talking.
Yeah. Here, you want to eat this cock? We got it grilled and fried.
We can't guarantee these
Bible
chickens are
thumpers
chickens.
Are gonna have a fit
Have
with
yourself
that.
some cock.
Yeah, we Chick-fil-A, we have the best
think
cock
somebody-
around.
Speaking of the,
Yes.
speaking of the like,
Cock fillet.
speaking of that whole thing with the 1.2 billion, somebody broke down like what you get after taxes.
I
it's
saw
like
it's like
76
420.
million.
There's like
433
423
million dollars.
433, yeah.
So
Crazy.
you don't even get the full
They
half.
taking 2/3
They're
from your
taking,
ass.
yeah.
At
You
least
didn't
because
even
you're in
get,
a different tax bracket.
you didn't
this
even
time
get a
around.
smooth half a bill.
not
You
even.
got
But I'd be
less than
happy with that.
Oh yeah, I'd be happy with a portion of that.
We would definitely have
250,000.
an ad in Times Square right now if I'd won that lotto.
Oh yeah, big old
Nah,
motherfucking
with that kind of money,
Gonzo.
if I got
we
it-
do the 3D joint like they do in China. Have Gonzo's head coming out of the motherfucking 3D fucking billboard.
We have to get rights at that point.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we'd be able
they're
to buy
not
it.
giving
We'd
up.
be able to buy
No,
it.
they're not giving that up for any
They
price.
would, especially. Well, no, Muppets is not. Well, no,
It would be a trick.
wasn't. The Muppets from Sesame Street, also
It's
an
Jim
idea
Henson.
of Jim
It's
Henson,
Henson.
right? So
Yeah.
Jim
They were
Henson were also the
somewhere in there.
Muppets. So we could fork
Aren't
over
they
some dough to the
Aren't
estate.
they owned by like Disney or
They
something
are.
now?
That's what I'm
They
saying.
are.
We should be able to throw something to the estate.
highly
Be like,
doubt-
look, we just
Nah.
need one character.
Disney ain't fucking with us.
Disney's
so
not doing that.
we will have made it when we get cease and desist orders about the Gonzo face. That's when the
There we go.
podcast has made it.
Yep, yep,
and that's
yep.
part of why I've never sweated it. I've been like,
When
whatever.
the Muppet Company
Right.
holder will go after us.
When Jim Henson in Productions comes and says, hey, look,
When
man,
his estate,
you can't do that shit anymore.
because a certain person's estate. Remember back in this was in the late '80s. Remember the Mac Tonight commercials from McDonald's?
Mac Tonight.
It was a moon
Oh,
character.
the Moon Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mac Tonight.
yeah, I remember him, the Moon Dude.
The estate of Bobby Darin stopped those commercials dead in their tracks because of the song Mac the Knife. They actually sent a cease and desist to McDonald's, which ultimately doomed that commercial.
I was wondering what happened to the Moon Man.
That's what happened. I looked it up.
Because Pepsi had the glitch guy.
Remember this?
Half past 6, babe.
If you're an 80s baby, you know this.
Golden light.
I forgot about it.
Good time. For a great taste. Dinner at McDonald's.
That's crazy.
It's Mac night. Come on, make it Mac.
Great taste at McDonald's. And the thing was, McDonald's did taste different back then.
It did. It hit
A
different
lot
than
of
it
shit.
did now.
Because me and Docs Foreboding, we was talking
Because it
about
had
this
that
shit last
cartilage in
night,
the
man.
McNuggets, dog.
We was talking about how fucking... No, matter of fact, it was today because we was watching TV and a Klondike commercial came on, right? And they cut it off at the end of the commercial. She couldn't understand. She goes, why didn't they say, like, they said, what would you do for a Klondike? And that was it. She's like, didn't they used to say Klondike bar? I said, yeah, but they haven't said bar in a while. So she looked it up, and they ended up getting in a lawsuit with... it was back in '86. Some polar bear company, because of the polar bear they use on the Klondike bar,
Yeah, okay.
actual logo. So they had to take off the polar bear and stop saying bar.
Funny, I could have swore they kept saying it in the 90s.
They did for a little bit, and then they stopped. They had to stop. They
had to,
put that
'cause
cease and desist.
And this goes back to
Uh-huh.
me saying when the estate of Bobby Darin went after McDonald's for the Mac Tonight commercials, and that ultimately doomed that whole character. I think it's still around in Japan, but not
It's
here.
pretty
little.
crazy looking. Like, there's
Yeah,
a fucking
it
weird
kind of
ass
freaked
head.
me out
So
when
the
I first saw
glitch
it.
man, he was fucking a little bit odd. Remember when Pepsi had the guy going on? Yeah. You
That
know,
was Coke, and that was
Oh, was it
Max.
Coke?
That was Max Headroom.
Okay.
Max Headroom, but that was like a rip-off of like the Max Headroom scam thing from like Detroit or whatever, where the guy pirated the
Chicago.
shit.
Chicago.
The guy pirated the shit on the TV there.
They pirated it for
Yeah.
like a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and it was like real creepy stuff. It was
I
just
almost
weird.
tracked down like one of those suits, and I was gonna find like the mask, and I was gonna do that for like Halloween a few years ago.
There you go. Yeah, but so we were looking up the Klondike shit, right? Then she said, she goes, yo, do you know Klondike changed the size of their bar? Like it's
It's
one
not
third.
as-
It's 1/3 lighter than what it used to be. They changed the size of it. I said, well, they changed the size and everything.
Yeah, it used to be like half the size of the spoon. At
I
least.
like it if it's thinner. You know what I mean?
I like
I
the
don't know.
old school Klondike, the
Like
big
they were
block.
they were all too thick.
and it doesn't taste
Too much
as
ice
good
cream, not enough chocolate.
It doesn't taste as good as it did years ago.
Nothing does because they've
Yeah.
changed. They use cheaper ingredients, smaller packaging,
Well, that's like
and
when you
higher
get that
pricing.
Mexican Coke, dude. That shit is delicious.
Wait,
that shit is mad
Which Coke are you
delicious.
talking about?
Mexican
The Mexican
Coca-Cola,
Coca-Cola
not-
or cocaine?
We're talking Coca-Cola. We're not talking
Coca-Cola.
the
Because
other
he's like,
stuff.
yeah, Mexican Coke is bad. That's the
Slowly roll.
shit, you know.
Well, I mean, I'm not big into cocaine, but that's because, like, I don't know where to get that raw shit. Holla at your boy. But, like, I mean, Coca-Cola from Mexico with the raw sugar cane in it is
Yeah.
just delicious.
Yeah.
For a
like-
time, Pepsi did that with like the
Yeah. The
cane
real sugar. Yeah, they did the cane sugar Pepsi,
they
and
did,
that
like-
shit was
they
pretty
did a-
good.
They did the throwback version.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit was
They
pretty
did
good.
that with Mountain Dew too.
I don't know
And
why.
they also brought back for a short period Crystal Pepsi. Remember how
Yeah.
people went
Oh,
crazy over that?
I never really
The
liked
clear
Crystal Pepsi, but I tried it. Because remember they had the cans with like the thing in the inside. It would say like you win or you lose or whatever.
Yo.
Something or another.
With
Yeah.
the bottle top winners and shit. You
Because I
had to
remember
see
the
the number
I
if you
remember
Get it in the
commercials.
cans though too.
Yep.
I remember the commercials back in the days because in the 90s
Well, that's how
you're
they
not
got
going.
you addicted to shit.
Yeah, but that's just they just didn't put the coloring in it.
They give you incentives to buy their shit. You buy our shit, we hook you up
Yeah,
with this.
Coca-Cola used to give away like cassettes.
Hell, they had
every
Camel
summer.
Bucks, right? You could get the Marlboro
Yeah,
Miles.
yeah, the Marlboro Miles where you get like the jacket.
Yeah.
If you buy like X amount of cartons of cigarettes, I wonder how many people.
Oh, wait a minute.
How many people died from them damn things?
Hold on. I want to say Monsters did a thing or something like Monsters. Remember when you had to take the tab? You pull the tab off the can and turn in these tabs. Matter of fact, Jew's brother used to do this shit. He would take the tabs off of, I want to say it was Monster drinks. It might not even been Monster drinks. It was some kind of drink that he used to fucking get all the time. And he would take the tabs off, turn them in, and this motherfucker would get coats, fucking shirts, all kinds of crazy shit.
I don't know what that is.
I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna have to holler at Jew when he comes back. Y'all
Whatever
remind
the
me,
case
ladies and
is.
gentlemen out there, to
So
holler at
Mike,
Jew.
what else did you remember that you didn't write down that you said was
Oh, it was
locked
the Reverend.
up?
The Reverend.
Oh, the Reverend.
Yeah, the
Nothing
Reverend.
else?
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Got nothing
I've been
else?
searching. I've been searching on the shit to see what's happening out here, what's going on with the
What
world.
was that shit that you were reading that I told you to wait, that we were reacting to that I told you to
Mystical.
wait on? Oh, yeah,
Mystical
Mystical.
getting
Yeah.
locked up. Man,
God
what
damn.
that shit was.
I think we basically kind of caught up there.
Oh, I do got another one here. I seen Irv Gotti on Drink Champs, man.
Uh-oh.
This motherfucker's really heartbroken about Ashanti. This shit happened over what?
20 years
20
ago?
years ago? Fucking Irv Gotti was fucking around with Ashanti while he was married, and he's on Drink Champs getting upset and butthurt all over again about when he found out that she was dating Nelly on TV. He's like, man, you wanna know how I
I
found
think
out
it was
about
at
her?
like the All-Star game
It
or
was an
something.
all-star game. It's like, man, everybody wants to know what the ruckus was, and here she is with Nelly. Man, that broke my heart. Like, bitch, you was married, motherfucker.
Like, come on now.
You was married. What the fuck you do? Come on, bruh. Really? And then he talking about how
And that was probably
the song Happy came from them after they had sex. He came up with Happy in the shower. He was singing in the shower going, humming a tune to Happy.
Him
And was like,
and he got with Pharrell made that shit?
No.
Irv Gotti? That
I
shit?
don't remember who
yeah,
produced that damn
happy
song.
for you, da da da. The
Nah,
Ashanti
man,
song,
nah.
not because
heard
I'm
that
happy, not that
no,
one.
not that
I'm
one.
talking about Ashanti's happy. Fucking Irv Gotti said after they had sex, he's in the shower and he's humming and came up with the beat and shit. Called his fucking, the producer was like, yo, I need you to make this right here. And was like, yo, Ashanti,
And
get the lyrics. And she was
Drink
talking about
Champs
how happy he
always drops
was.
some shit every episode.
Well, I don't know. I think people are going on there trying to like make a big thing happen.
Well, see, Irv Gotti's also trying to promote his he's got a documentary coming out on I think
BET.
BET.
And,
Oh wow, that's a Ja Rule song.
well, he
This is
was
Shonty, but Ja Rule's featured on it.
This is terrible.
So this is
I
supposed to be
hated that
about
shit
Irv
20 years
Gotti.
Oh,
ago.
She's pretty good looking, but
She's
I mean,
still banging.
She still is,
I
but-
never liked her singing, but she banging. Her singing was horrible to me. I
But a
couldn't.
lot of the artists
My
on
ear
Murder
wouldn't
Inc.
take
were
it.
not good.
yeah, dude, yeah. That
I
Murder
mean-
Inc.'s a terrible, terrible label.
If anything, that any artist on Murder Inc. that should have made a full album, most of y'all may or may not remember her, Charlie Baltimore.
Oh yeah, Charlie Baltimore, she was alright. But they when 50 got in all that beef and started fucking saying, you got a crack hit on your label, and he was talking about Charlie Baltimore because she was a tiny little thing, you know what I mean?
She was tiny back in the 90s.
She's always been tiny, but I'm just saying, when you got one dude out here that's big in the game, he's the hot thing, and he demolished the whole fucking record label. Like,
In a matter-
Murder Inc.
in a
was
matter of,
done in
like,
like
1
2
year.
songs. And he fucking killed the whole goddamn label. And all you
And
had
a
was
lot of those
Ja
artists
Rule.
were not memorable anyway.
Well, I tell you,
I'm still checking for Ja Rule.
I like the Ashanti video better with the sound off.
Yeah. Like I
Like
said,
she's like singing and nodding her head, and I'm like, this shit's going to the music I'm
mean-
listening to in the background. I can dig it.
It doesn't really add up to much in music anyway. It's
No, it looks awful.
even back then, I didn't really care for it.
but she has a star on the Walk of Fame, which I don't understand how people
Because
do
you
that.
buy them.
How?
You buy them.
That's
if you
how it
are,
happened?
yes.
Okay.
If Mason and Friends show had the money, we could have a star on the Walk of
I
Fame.
did not know that because I was wondering how fucking she got a star and
Yeah, you just spend the money.
who was the other motherfucker that got a star? I think Morris Chestnut got a star. I'm like, what the fuck did they do that was star worthy?
I mean,
I don't know, 'cause
especially
Oprah
Morris
doesn't
Chestnut.
have a star.
there's nothing about this Ashanti video other than the way that she looks that makes it at all worth consuming.
Yeah, granted, it was
It's
20
just
years ago.
horrible. Like, even with the time frame,
wasn't
like I
directed by Hype Williams.
remember, but it was like somebody that watched a lot of Hype Williams videos.
Yeah.
And was like, I'm gonna make something like Hype
But the
Williams
whole
would
thing
make.
about getting back to Drink Champs, they always have somebody interesting on there.
Yo, they had Patti LaBelle on there last time. I
Yeah,
didn't get to see her interview, but I fuck with Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle like bad. I like her.
She probably cook too. She probably cook
Man,
herself.
hell yeah, Patti LaBelle will still throw it on you to this day. Guarantee. The way she throw down in the kitchen, the way she talk her shit. She said she been crip walking for about 6 years now.
I
Shit.
mean, that's somebody's grandmother. I mean,
And
everybody.
we right there in that bracket.
That's right. I'm right pickings for a grandma.
We can fuck daughters, moms, and grandmas.
That's right.
Patti LaBelle's
Aunties, aunties.
Perfect age.
Patti LaBelle has been in like any and everybody family's playlist for years and years and years.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Until this
But it's
Ashanti
always
video ends,
interesting.
that's all I'm going to think
listen to
about.
Drink Champs. I listened to the episode with MC Search. I listened to the one with MC Shan. That was
So
pretty
is
interesting.
Drink Champs good then?
It
So
is.
I've never really watched.
It would be better if Nori would shut up sometimes.
Precisely.
See, and that's funny because that's what you were saying the other day,
Yeah,
that he
that's what
just
I was
doesn't know how
saying.
to
Like
shut
when
up.
he
That's
was,
the thing.
when he had MC Search on there, they were just detailing like what happened with Third Base. Nori kept talking and talking. I'm like, man, give it a break.
If
man.
Nori would shut up and let the guests talk and tell their story, it'd be all right. But he gets to go in and he get to
Like,
rant.
put me onto something like that. Like, it would be a full-on sit-down interview with those kind of people.
Well, you know, if we can get some of these fuckers on here, we'll shut up and let them talk. They
Absolutely.
just need to have better internet connection than Harvest had today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you can't control everything.
That's right.
Yet.
Everything is
Yet.
out of our control.
Yet.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, I mean, all right, perfect example with the connection we had with Harvest. We get pictures from a telescope that's who knows how far out there in space right now. Perfect, beautiful pictures. We get fucking pictures from a car on another planet. But we can't have a decent connection down here. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Right, we're in the same state.
Don't tell me that
Like,
fucking
bitch,
you can't
please.
make that shit fucking happen. There's no
We
way.
have the technology
I
to
go up
do
in the
it.
mountain and go over a mountain and lose service. I'm on the phone, and as soon as I pop over that mountain, I done lost that call. But yet you're sending me fucking pictures of galaxies that are out there.
It's because we're not prioritizing things correctly. You know, that's what we got to get right. That's when I get elected
Like, how the
president.
fuck can you not be able to stay in communications? You know what's crazy though? Remember when the cell phones were made, when they were in that suitcase with the wire and
They
shit?
were analog.
from
they
like
were way
the,
better.
They were like in that
the
little
analog
suitcase
system.
in the Radio Shack catalog.
Never dropped a call. Never. I remember being
It's the
in my-
analog. They were on analog.
Yeah, my brother's car had the big ass motherfucker in the
It
armrest.
was like yay big, literally.
Yeah, it was about big as my fucking shoe.
You might not hear them, but if you kept driving, they'd come back in if you didn't hang up.
Yeah.
If they didn't hang up and you didn't hang up, you could ride through the
tight
blank
shit
spot
was,
and they would be right
you could
back
keep
there.
the phone hung up, on the receiver, and you could be talking to them through the speaker.
Yeah.
But now you can't do that shit with these motherfuckers.
Oh no, you can't do that.
They
That's
keep on
true.
telling you 4G, 5G, this, 5. Motherfucker, I remember when these bitches were made. And they were fucking. I could
I
call
remember
over
when cell phones
England.
like back then were like $2,000 at least.
The very first phone call was from here to India.
They were pricey.
Clear as fucking day. No problem. Didn't break. Walk around. Talk your
These
shit.
days, shit.
Well, that's because analog was a more stable system. That's why the government forced the private sector out of it and took it over.
Yep, and then they fucked it all up
And
just
they
like they
fucking
do
ruined it. Because you know what they did? They
everything
lied to
else.
us. They said digital was going to be better. We'll give you digital cable. You'll be able to get the digital over the air for free, and it's going to look
just
better
did not
because
look-
it's digital.
It
And
really didn't.
It didn't work worth a shit.
No.
Because the great thing about analog was, like, you might not be able to see it all clear. It might be a little fuzzy, but you could tune it in pretty close, and it didn't like
Yeah.
pixelate.
It did, yeah.
Like gone are the days of TV antennas on roofs.
Yeah, and it's a shame because you could get some great TV back in those days with that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, you
Now,
can't
for
get
free.
that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was telling my son. My son came downstairs the other day. He said, Dad, he said, he had $10 in his hand. I was like, what's this for? He said, I would like to get something in the game that costs $10. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? What is it that costs $10 that you need to play this game, and he said it's a special character and it's a power and all this stuff. I'm like,
bullshit.
this is the shit that pisses me off with these games now. Is that when we were younger, you played a game and you beat a level, you unlock some shit. You beat a character, you unlock some shit. Certain time you beat something, you unlock some
And
shit.
Put
if
in
you
that work.
rented it,
Everything
you only
was-
had 2 days.
Everything was given to
That
you.
was like an entire weekend.
if you
But if
played
it was
the
the right
game.
kind of game, like on a cartridge, it might have something already saved on it.
Yeah. And see, everything you played and you worked and you got this fucking extra shit. Now, you gotta buy
this shit.
everything.
That's
you
why I
get
don't
your
fuck with
stock
Yeah, you
characters.
can't even earn it.
Yeah. You get your stock characters and then everything you gotta buy. Like I remember what the fuck was the game that I had bought? Cause shit, my boy was like 6 maybe, and I bought him Injustice, the DC versus like Mortal Kombat,
Oh,
some
where
shit
you're
like
fighting?
that.
Yeah, okay.
Bought the shit and I'm like, oh shit, you got fucking Jason on there, then the Turtles, Darkseid, and somebody else. There are 4 characters that are blacked out. I'm like, all right, I'm thinking this is like
So you can
old
just
school.
earn 'em, yeah.
You play the game, you beat a certain level, you unlock these characters. So I'm playing the game with them, man. We beat this motherfucker, shit, boom. None of these motherfuckers are unlocked. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Let me go over here and click on one of them. It says you got to log on online and purchase from
X amount.
whatever the fucking company is that makes the
XYZ.
game store. I'm like, why the fuck do I want to purchase these motherfuckers? I don't want to. No, fuck that. Why am I
Yeah.
wasting my money?
I mean,
and I told my son, this is something. Let me break
Konami
something
and
down to you.
Capcom will find ways to make money.
I said, you want to spend your real money
These are NFTs, man.
on a game
They're selling you NFTs.
that if you fuck your phone up, you ain't got the game no more. I mean, well, he can play it on multiple different devices. He
As
has.
long as you own it, you can have it on whatever.
Exactly. And I'm
But-
like,
It just does not make any
you
sense.
buy this
Yeah.
shit for what though? Like, what is this going to help you achieve in this game? Like,
This
I
is-
don't
Well, you want to
understand.
play with Jason, don't
This
you?
is why I don't fuck with video games
Stop being a
anymore.
bitch, Mike.
Yeah, nah.
Goddamn.
Look, my motherfucking shit, I can
You
plug it
wanted
up
to
right
play
now.
with Jason, don't you?
That
So
motherfucker
you got a
is
knife?
blacked out. And here's the crazy thing: like when we played the game, you could fight against him. You know what I mean? But you can't have him as a character.
Even if you beat him, you don't get him?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I'm like, oh shit, we fought Jason. We should be able to get him now. He should be unlocked. And I'm like, oh, this is some bullshit here.
Fuck you, man.
But that's the world we're in now. Like, you know, you got kids and people paying for fucking shit
And that's why you hear about
in
like,
a fucking virtual
that's why you hear
world.
about kids like getting a hold of their parents' credit cards for.
Well,
certain
that's why
games.
people are getting mad, because they don't earn anything. When we were kids, man, we earned Andre the Giant in Warzone or whatever, WWF
Whatever the
Raw
hell
or
it
whatever
is,
that
I
game
mean,
was on
I wasn't
64.
a big game guy, so
You couldn't beat fucking certain things. You're like, man, I gotta do this to get there. So
Right.
you'd be up fucking over the weekend. We ain't have shit to do. We were kids.
For real.
Ain't have shit to do. Fuck, I'm gonna play this fuck out of this game. I'm
But
gonna
it,
get
like,
this shit.
it was
I'm gonna
like
get this
it was,
knocked out.
it was like a nice goal thing. It was a goal objective. Like me and
It
my
was
boy
like, I wanna
Brennan,
achieve this shit.
we played Madden 03 for like months, passing the controller back and forth in all the little skill games, because when you hit certain levels of the skill games, like you would get these characters.
Yeah.
It was fucking wild.
Bro, I'll never forget the one game that I played. It was on fucking an old school computer called Prince of Persia. And I played this, I couldn't save it. So I had to play this motherfucker to this level that I always got fucked up on over and over. And I never could pass this bitch. It took me a good hot minute to finally pass this fucking level. I stayed up the rest of the night playing this game because I'm like, yo, I know that when I cut this bitch off and I come back here and play this motherfucker tomorrow or the next weekend, I'm not gonna be able to get past that fucking level I was at. So I'm gonna play this motherfucker until either this fucking keyboard get too hot and the computer shuts the fuck off, or somebody needs to use the phone. You know what I'm saying? Because it was dial up then.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That shit was
Like-
the worst. That shit was terrible, dude.
But
I mean, times have changed.
but you worked at it. I think
Well,
it
you
goes
know,
to
you'd be
part of
playing
our
a game,
effort.
but you'd be playing a game like that, and somebody picked a phone up, and you'd be done.
Yeah, yep. And you're like, man, fuck.
But you know, you're right though. I think that our effort, the willingness that we're willing to put in effort on certain
Yeah,
things.
exactly.
They picked up the phone, or the adapter got too hot, and you had to stop.
Mm-hmm.
But our ethic came from shit like that. Like, you know, we know if we work at something, we can achieve whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
Whereas
but that was-
now
that was a
things-
great
Turn the page
design.
To 2022.
That was a great design of video games at the time.
Exactly.
You know?
And it was something like that that made you want to play the game. Now you just playing the game to fuck around with it.
Right.
And you gotta buy skins or whatever
Well,
they call
and
them.
all of that shit, it doesn't really do anything for you. Like, if you're playing NBA 2K and you want a different pair of shoes,
Yeah.
it's not like the shoes make you run faster or jump
it's just a
higher.
different style.
They
Or
don't
if you
do none
want
of
to do
that.
like certain tricks on, let's say, NBA Jam.
Right.
Oh yeah, NBA Jam, that was my shit too.
Well, I mean, I played the hell out of NBA Jam.
And that's the shit that requires
My
that
little
repetitive
brother and I
stuff.
would just like go
where you do it over
for
and
like
over
a couple
again.
of hours on NBA
Yeah.
Jam.
I remember when Junior Jew, he was playing, what's the game that he was playing? Fortnite. And I'm like, you know, they got different characters, but you got to buy these characters. I'm like, so what does this character do that's different from this character?
Yeah,
like,
what
they
makes
all
them
look like
valuable?
They all look like they build the same shit.
Like, if you told me, like, here's the Turtles video game, but you only get Donatello, and you
Yeah.
gotta buy Michelangelo,
You gotta buy the
Leonardo, and
others.
Raphael, and you gotta buy fucking Splinter. Like,
It's not even worth
that's
it.
some bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, this, like, here's a game, it's got 5 different characters you can play as, but you can only play as one
Better
unless you
yet,
give us
like,
more
I'll
money.
just buy like the old game and it's like, here.
Right. But
Figure it
you're
out.
ripping people off. You're making them buy a game and then
Yeah.
buy more shit on top of
increases
it.
the bottom line
Exactly.
for that particular company.
Exactly.
But then you get motherfuckers like me that are like, nah.
But the bang for buck isn't there. You're not getting
it's
something
not.
worth
You're not
having.
getting something. Yeah, that's exactly it.
You know, if you want to charge me an extra $5 for something really special, that's hey, okay, yeah, right on.
Like, this is some
you know, like if
rare-
you're getting a massage and they're like, you want a happy ending for $5 more, like, sure, what the fuck?
Like,
Yeah, those are the massage parlors that get raided by the cops.
Yeah, we just gotta hope you're not
what
there.
was that one that just happened? One of those. I can't remember. It was something with one of those that have some happy endings. I think
Yeah,
there's
probably wound
there's
up
a
on the news.
phrase. There's a certain phrase that
Something you
is
say?
used. Yes, and I can't remember what it was because they said it on
Hot
the
towel.
radio.
That's what it is.
It was
I want it with a hot
something.
towel.
It was something that
I need a hot towel
that
finish.
was not even that wasn't even related to the massage. It's just a phrase that they use, and if you heard the phrase, then you're like, all right, you know what's up. You can do that.
So, but
here.
is that what they say to you? Like, and then they do
They
it?
say it to you,
And then you say
you're
something
supposed to know the
back code
phrase.
word?
You just be like, all right, you're supposed to know the phrase that's gonna come out.
Well, but like, do you ever see that episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where he's getting the massage and the girl's like, you want me to finish
No.
you up? And he goes, yeah, okay. And she starts jerking him off and he's like, I need you to stop. Like, like I gotta go. And then he tells his buddy and his buddy's like, where's this massage?
Like, I gotta go there. Man, I worked with a cat, yo. I worked with a dude that knew these places. He would get off work and be like, yo, I'm gonna get a massage today. Like, oh, all right, we know what you're doing. Like, you ain't gotta
We
tell
know
us.
what's about to
We
happen.
know where you're going. You know what I mean? And they're like, yo, and I remember I had known
Like,
this
can
guy.
you skip the massage? Can you just get jerked off? Like,
I think the massage is part of the whole thing. I think it
really
gets you
is.
warmed up
it gets
to
you
it.
warmed up to that.
You know, I think
That's why you end up like back in the 90s and early 2000s.
because it's increasing that blood flow. It's moving the shit to where it's
oh,
gotta
yeah.
go to. You know
I don't,
what I
I don't
mean?
deny that, but if you need some action, can you just be like, hey, can we just skip to the fucking jerk off session?
I think they actually do gotta perform the massage first.
I need a quick massage.
Yeah, let
Can I
me
get
get
a
that 15
quickie?
massage. 15. Give me that 15-minute one.
I need that 5-minute
I
massage.
don't need that 30-minute or the hour. Just give me the 15-minute.
Can you rub my shoulders and then just
Can
get the
you
job
do it
done?
in 10? How about 5 then? 5 work for you? But yeah, I know this dude for a little bit, and everybody was like, yo, man, pay attention. When this motherfucker's talking about he gonna go get a massage, this motherfucker gonna go get his dick sucked. I'm like, what? What the fuck you talking about? They're like, he knows what he can tell you. You ask him where to go, he will tell you where to go and the phrase to say. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah,
put two
I'm
and two
good
together,
because
yeah, got something.
how many dicks have been in that bitch's mouth?
See,
You know
that's
what I
the
mean?
thing, right?
In the course of a day.
Yeah.
Right.
Like how many
And you
times?
wonder why certain states have high STD rates.
Exactly. Like
Well, everybody's a whore, man.
that's true. Because think about this: every hand you have shaken has had a dick in their hand at least once.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
At least once.
Yeah, it might have been theirs. It might have been somebody else's.
Exactly.
They had a dick
But
in
a dick in
there.
the hand, it has been in their hand. So think about that shit. This bitch been massaging motherfuckers and fucking
I
sucking
think that
dick.
explains why I wouldn't shake any hands at the time I went to Capitol Pride.
I was gonna say at the Pride Festival.
I know what happened.
I know what you've been
I know
doing
what's
with that
going on.
hand. Is that what you would say to guys? They'd be like, "Hey, nice to meet you," and you'd be like, "I don't
Yeah,
shake
right.
hands at these
I know what's
events."
Just dap them up. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, I know what's going on out here.
I don't know, man. The knuckles can get some action on them too. You know
Who
what I mean?
knows?
If you're fisting,
That's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers be doing all kinds of
going
shit.
deep, man.
But like, you might get something sort of splatter on your fist.
That's also
You know
true.
what I mean?
Some back
You might get
drops.
some squirt on there or
Who
something.
the hell knows?
Some kind of might
runoff,
splash
a
on
little
there.
drool.
Yeah, like I don't think there's a good way if you're avoiding handshakes to like not handshake. You gotta go. You gotta go.
do kid and play, kick each other's
No.
tips and
Demolition
feet.
Man.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, I was about to say Demolition Man. Don't do the kid
Yeah.
and play kick thing. That's what got a lot of senators
Yeah.
in trouble.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Don't
too.
be kicking people's feet.
You can't kick the feet.
Don't
yeah.
touch nobody's feet.
Forgot about that.
I was about to say, like, gotta stop
senator.
you there.
That senator did get in trouble, didn't he? He really did. Like, I still think it would have been better for him if he just come out and be like, yeah, whatever. I'm getting into dicks now.
Yeah, might as well. Like, all right, yeah.
Might as well. You've been
You
caught.
caught
and
me.
you're-
Right.
You caught me. Yeah.
Right.
Like, you're all over the news.
Yeah.
It's like you were the
Ride
top
with it.
story on NBC Nightly News.
Right, ride with it, dude.
That's like you
Holt
walk
talked
in the
about
house
you
and see a
last
bitch
night.
getting fucking licked with some peanut butter by a dog. Like, yeah, you caught me. I do this when you're not home. Well, dad, damn it, you nasty
Yeah,
bitch.
you're right, Mike. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you never know what you're going to walk into sometimes. Always knock before you enter.
Yeah, or else you're gonna see or hear something you really shouldn't.
Yeah, I
You
know.
really shouldn't, or you really don't
I was
want
a
to see.
child when I learned that lesson.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that said, we're going to have to bring this episode of the Mason and Friends show to a close.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank you for listening. We'd like to encourage you to check out old episodes.
Like, share, subscribe, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
right. Be nice to people that look like you. Be nice to people that don't look like you. Don't be a dick.
Little bits by little bits, ladies and gentlemen, keep moving forward.
Invest in your mental wealth, protect your energy, go to therapy, and to any and everybody in all 50 states and around the world. Practice safe sex. Don't get yourself caught out there.
Yeah, if you can, they might not say contraceptives.
Yep, do what you
Let's say-
can to bring down the
AIDS
STDs.
is still around. STDs are still around. Protect
right.
yourselves.
And, don't forget, we love you very
Love
much.
y'all.
Keep grinding on the shit you're trying to get done. And peace be with you.
Gone.
We out of here.